Hello, welcome in to another Monday Night live stream. I'm slightly off center, but I can adjust. Um, so, welcome back. Had a pretty eventful day today. I'm not gonna get into it. Maybe it's a story for another time, um, or it's probably a story for one of those membership Zooms, which I hope to accomplish at some point soon. I am going to be doing a once a month membership Zoom once I have memberships. So, and I don't know why the music wasn't working. This has kind of been my day so far. Um, so as always, I like to update the stats of where we currently sit. Currently have 1,504 subscribers with 2,696 watch hours. So remember last week we had 2,703 for watch hours. We've dipped down to 2,696 or whatever I said. It does that. I mean, it's a slow game. I did see a video today of someone walking through their home lab, and it already had 2,600 views in the first 4 days. So I'm thinking about just going over there and doing a quick, one of these videos and seeing if that pushes me over the 3,000, because I do want to offer memberships to people who want to do that kind of thing. And like I said, I will be offering a monthly Zoom, members only, and where we could talk more freely about things. And so it was a long way to go about saying that today was one of those days, and yeah. So the award, if I was given awards, was to David. Oops. Would go to David for the patiently waiting the longest award. And why does the downstream not work all of a sudden? This worked in testing. Because that's how my day's been. Why does this not work? Crap. I hear no music. I see no key. It's one of those things. It's one of those days. It lost all of its. There we go. So yeah, so it's just one of those days. That's working. That was easy fix. Good. You probably would hear music now too if I had realized that. Anyway, let's go back to chat. See who's all here. Michael's here. Hopefully you can catch the replay. You might like what I'm going to show in the second half of this. Toro is here. Welcome in. Bob from Canada. Glad you are here. Dansplaining. No. I will summarize part one, and then we'll jump into why part one didn't work, so you have not missed anything. Joe's here. Toro, sounds like your day. Nils is here. Welcome in, Nils. Jeremy's here. Jeremy with the almost 3 hour stream last night. I think Jeremy streams more than anybody I know. I'll put that way. Yeah, I think we're damn close. I think one video would probably push it over. David's been here since work. Yeah, lots of things are not happy today. Lots and lots of things. Anyway, all right, so let's go talk about last week's stream. Part one is basically, the Raspberry Pi. It is the thumbnail. So here you can see what we built last week. And if you remember last week, I ran into some issues, and a couple of them, I guess, should have been pretty obvious. A couple of them were not. First of all, and forgot to call up this link ahead of time. So last week, you'll remember I was dealing with MBADM, right? I always forget how to pronounce that. Anyway, that was the software RAID functionality for the Raspberry Pi. So Dan explaining basically the thing in the picture is a Raspberry Pi NAS. It is a Raspberry Pi 4 with a quad SATA hat on top of it. And in last week's stream, I kind of put it together and started loading the software onto it. And basically, I loaded the Raspbian OS and then went to go do software RAID, and the thing would not work. It would kind of work, but then it would go away, and then I couldn't mount it. So it turns out that this SATA hat on here actually has hardware RAID. Who knew? And it has 2 RAID controllers on it. So slots 1 and 2 are on the first RAID controller. Slots 3 and 4 are on the second RAID controller. And sorry, I just read Joe's comment. Jeremy streams more than anyone else I know, says the guy with newscast streaming. Yeah, at work we stream a lot, but that's a whole team of people. So Jeremy streams more by himself than any person I know. Yes, so Eric, the thing has hardware RAID, which I was just floored by. And if you go to, like I said, I was going to try to find the link in case you're at all interested. Welcome in, Tony. So if we go to here, we can see that it has a JMS 5.6 dual SATA port. You know, that's what we were using. And basically, you wget the console app using this. You, of course, run it, and then you get this, which is very easy. Not easy, but, I mean, fairly straightforward way to control it. So I had to kind of interpret what this is telling me, but basically, if you follow his little thing here, so to create a RAID 0 with attached hard drives, we just do the command, which is cr create RAID controller 0 disk 0 and 1, or in this case what they call port 1 and 2, and then you basically tell what kind of RAID you want. So that's a pretty straightforward command, and then it worked, and I was like, I just kind of rebooted, and next thing you know, I rebooted, and I have one DVE/SDA device that's 2 terabytes, which is the total combined space of the 2 hard drives that I put in it, and it worked. So I was like, great, let me try a reboot, because make sure this isn't just a one-off situation. I rebooted, and it's still there, and I was like, so now we're getting this device just constantly there because it's hardware RAID, it's not software RAID. So remember, the other issue we were having was mounting a device, and I learned through lots of trial and error that basically I had the path wrong. It turns out at some point in Linux, and I'm guessing within the last 3 years, because my notes from 3 years ago did not have this information. So the key is the path has to be in the form of the file path you're mounting. So I want to mount.raid 0. So the file name has to be mount-raid0.mount. If you do not call it a .mount and you try to make it a systems file, or a service file, I should say, it says, where is the mount? because it's not in the normal service file anymore, it's in a .mount service file. So, yeah, kind of was annoying. So I was on the right path, but basically I had to get the file name right. So once I got this file name right to match I shouldn't say match, but come close to mimic, I should say. Once the path mimicked the file name, it worked like a charm. And I've rebooted this thing, gosh, 10 times, 20 times, and it works. And if you look at you do a D8, DF/human readable, you will see that my dev SDA mounted at mount/RAID 0 has 172 gigs used out of the 1.6 terabytes. So that is my Nextcloud storage as it exists right now, copied onto that drive, and it's not the fastest thing. I'll admit that. I mean, it's a Raspberry Pi running on USB, or I should say it's a hardware RAID running across USB 3 into a Raspberry Pi 4. I mean, the fact that it works at all is great. Bob says DJ Ware's online one for you. I believe DJ Ware does watch these videos, usually the next day. I think we're up too late for him, because I have gotten comments from him before. So once I kind of figured out the hardware RAID, which was excellent, I figured out how to mount the drive every time, was excellent. Then I was able to install WireGuard and and I was able to basically make a WireGuard file that looks like this, and basically, I was able to point it to my server. This is, of course, an example configuration, but I was able to point it to my home network, and then enable it, and then it was connecting every time. And if you look right here, you'll see that it has an interface on the 10.4.4 network, which is my VLAN 440, which is designed for video work. And then it has a network or an IP address on the 172.17.27, which is a point-to-point tunnel simply for this Raspberry Pi 4 to phone home and connect. And with the beauty of WireGuard is it actually works inside my house. So yeah, that was a private key. It's not, I'm going to probably tear it down. And besides, you can have a private key if you don't know where it's connecting to. I'll probably redo this. But I also do IP address filtering, so you'd have to be pretty good to be able to spoof an IP address and then figure out what to connect to and then have the key that I'm going to recreate. David's here. Welcome in. Jeremy's trying to use all his bandwidth that he's allowed. Everyone's saying hi. Yeah, play with fire. I probably should have sanitized it more, but like I said, I can create a new one. It's not a big deal. The interesting thing was with my WireGuard setup was that pfSense, in order to route down that path, I had to make the WireGuard instance be a interface. And I'm starting to accumulate a lot of interfaces inside pfSense because I don't have it over there. I have several WireGuard groups, if you will. My phone is a WireGuard client, and it phones home. My Raspberry Pi is now a WireGuard client, and it phones home. And then I have a GLINet router that phones home, and it has subnets behind it, so that basically if I plug several devices into the little GLINet router, then they all become available to my home network. And so I've kind of have three different things going, you know, and so only the Raspberry Pi, only the phones are secured and cannot be reached by anything else on the phone or the devices. Sorry, the network. Jeez. So the phone and my laptop are kind of protected in terms of like when they connect, you can't connect to them. But then the router and the Raspberry Pi, by the nature of me wanting to connect to them, have to be kind of, you know, routable. And so then the last thing I did was I set up MinIO and so you can download MinIO, you make a systems file. Again, these are all private addresses, so nothing's crazy here. And so MinIO runs, and now it is a target for my TrueNAS box. So my TrueNAS box does a cloud sync, what they call it. It does a cloud sync to an internal MinIO box where everything I have in TrueNAS is copied over nightly. And then I have this Raspberry Pi, which is not in production yet, but will be going somewhere else, and it will back up my Nextcloud data specifically. That's all I really need. I don't need backup copies of VMs, or I don't need my Plex library or my YouTube archive, stuff like that. I really need, my important documents backed up, and so I'm going to have those backed up in two places, plus the original copy, plus, because I'm using Nextcloud, you'll have basically the laptop or the computer upstairs. You'll have this Nextcloud server. You'll have MinIO local and MinIO offsite. So in theory, I'll have 4 copies of all my data should something happen, all the important data should something happen. So hopefully that made some sense. Tailscale would be cool to allow everything to connect, but I mean, I don't really need, I have dynamic DNS, and therefore everything just kind of phones home to an address, and I could do it all in Tailscale, which leads me to my second point, or my second conversation tonight, which is upcoming projects. So unless any of you had questions about the Raspberry Pi, I just wanted to finish up that from last week, kind of walk you through the final steps that I did. So if any of you have questions about the Raspberry Pi, please let me know before we move on. But as the slate said, or the title graphic said, well, what's next? So I have essentially 2 projects that I really want to do. Actually, there's 3. So there's two projects that I want to do pretty soon, and then there's a third one that's kind of long term. The immediate project is I saw Tom Lawrence do a video on how to pass through a video card into XCPNG. And it got me thinking. The server or desktop that is below the camera has a Blackmagic card in it that I'm currently using for graphics. But it is old, it is dying, I don't really want to replace it, and also it takes up space in the basement floor here and looks cluttered. So I'm thinking, well, wonder if I could move my XCPNG or move the Blackmagic card into the XCPNG server. And so hopefully this works. What do you know? I have an XCPNG server sitting right here with a Decklink card on it. And so one of the things I'm going to do next is going to install that and see if I can actually do pass-through of a computer card through XCPNG into a VM. And what that's going to lead to, hopefully, next week, or in a week or two, I'm not sure yet. And yes, David, this is live. And I just realized my layering is wrong, because my OBS is on top. Well, yeah, no, never mind. I got it. Never mind. We're good. David, we know you're doing the live guy. Yeah, I mean, and there's a couple of reasons behind that. First of all, I don't have a whole lot of time to always play with technology. So if I do it live on the stream, then I can kind of do like two things at once. And I kind of want to just hang out with you guys and bring you all in and, you know, just kind of hang out. And this is my time to do that. So we'll do it live. I should record this segment. Thank you, Nils. We are now recording. It is a Logitech webcam. I kind of borrowed a book from Keith, and basically this webcam is going into OBS and it's simply being keyed over my entire stream. I'm actually underneath this camera right now, but obviously because it's a full screen layover or overlay, you can't see me right now. So that's why you have chat or you have the webcam. You can't have both right now. Logitech, yeah, that's what I have. I'm actually really tired, so I guess I'm slightly loopy. Maybe that's why. But Eric, so this is a good point. One of the reasons why I want to bring a Decklink card into a virtual machine is I do want to keep playing with FFmpeg and encoding, and simply put, that little desktop down there is not really cutting it very well. So I figured by putting it into a huge server with lots of RAM and lots of processing power, and I could do like long-term tests with it because it's always on. This whole demo area I could turn off when I'm done, and so I don't have to just waste power. That's already running, so there's power savings, there's space savings. But I do want to make that, or get back to FFmpeg, because I do have an idea that I could make this my encoder, and I would just use FFmpeg to encode the stream, and then I could, in theory, receive streams at the same time. The possibilities are kind of endless. So we're going to do that tonight, and then as soon as I move graphics off of this machine, I do want to test multipath bonding with zero tier. I saw an article a while ago from the zerotier.com web page. It's I will share the link in chat. It implies fairly confidently that it can just do multipath bonding, and so I think I showed this before, but basically, inside the Linux kernel, it has the ability to do bonding, and you can basically do these kinds of bonding strategies or whatever inside of a zero tier connection. And so my kind of thought was to test this right here. Basically, have 2 or 3 Ethernet connections in a machine, and basically have it do, active backup or whatever it is, or balance aware, so auto balance flows across multiple links. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to do in the future, but I kind of need a new machine for that. So I actually was thinking about passing through a NIC and a Blackmagic card, but I figured right now the Blackmagic card is probably more relevant, especially considering that this PC down below has died twice now before a stream. I had to go down there and do some surgery, which is kind of why I was last minute, and which is why the Decklink card wasn't enabled inside of OBS when a stream started. So I'm hoping to do some PCI pass-through and get things up and running inside of virtual machines instead of having to have physical boxes everywhere. My wife and I are in this whole declutter thing. We don't really want more stuff around. I already have a whole wall of stuff. I don't need to have machines everywhere. I do kind of wish I had a better way to do demos, because putting it on the floor, not exactly the best demonstration area, but we're going to try it. So, I guess first things first, and pardon me if the audio goes weird. But like I said, we're gonna do this machine, and hopefully this all works. This is kind of dirty inside. I should probably clean this. This is not, there you go. So, not knowing for sure what these PCs can and can't handle, I hope I picked the right slot. And I picked I have a Y cable so I can plug both power servers in and not have any kind of weird lights or errors. And so now we turn it on and see what happens. And I have to change the screen. So I can see the input, but that's not working right now. Don't really have a good VGA monitor, or do I? Actually, I do. Hold that thought. don't appear to have a monitor with another VGA port on it. So I'm just going to switch my other monitor over to VGA. It is currently on initializing PCIe devices. Hopefully it finishes. And that is unfortunately where we are kind of stuck right now. It's not really moving. Alrighty, so yeah, lots of noise. David says, oh no, I have PCs everywhere. Alright, so yeah, I have PCs everywhere. Don't touch the third rail. No, that was not a spark. No magic smoke. That's good. Jeremy says, you don't even want to know how many PCs I've got right now. Yeah, that's a good point. I should probably put the lid on. You know, hold that thought. All right, so now the lid's on it. It is definitely getting quieter. David says his granddaughter recently had 31 PCs. Holy cow. You know, Joe, I'm glad you appreciate the camera work. Yeah, 100% more lid. So the thing is not booting currently. I mean, it says initializing PCIe devices, and it kind of just stops. It's very dusty. I pulled this out of the back room. It's very dirty. These servers did go through a drywall remodel. So there's drywall dirt on everything in that room that wasn't covered up, and these were not covered up very well. So we're still on initializing PCIe devices. Interesting. It doesn't want to boot, apparently, with that plugged in. Starting 87 days, my PC community will start increasing. No, I don't believe there's any Well, let's take a look. Probably help if I shared the webcam. I'm going to rotate the laptop around so I can actually see chat, but I don't see. I don't know if it's the PCI slot. Maybe we could try a different PCI card. Or we try a known working slot. Maybe we'll try a working slot that we know that I know works. All right, so this was in place of the 10 gig card. Well, it seems to be booting a lot better already. We're already past the PCI. I think we're past the PCI. I could be wrong. I think we're having a much better time because now we're booting. Hey, it actually boots. It's booting XCPNG right now. I am gonna have to configure a different management interface because previously it was the 10 gig card was the management interface. So I'm curious why Riser 2, or what they call Riser 3, didn't work when Riser 1 appears to be working. All right, actually got to walk away for 2 seconds or a couple of seconds. So let me. I'll be right back. All right, success. So now I need to go into XCP-ng. Hold on, let me go back to my other shot. All right, so this is interesting. It's not recognizing the NIC card anymore, which is kind of weird. And rebooting again. One interesting comment I can say is that my HyperDeck is not recording the stream itself, it's recording the camera. So I probably should have checked what was routed into it first. Oh well. All right, let me check to see the chat. I probably way behind. I agree that I think an XCP-ng video would do well. All right, so let me just come back on camera for a second. I actually went upstairs to get an adult beverage because I was really thirsty and I needed to do one thing upstairs. So I was upstairs, I grabbed a drink. Okay. Yeah, riser cards shouldn't have anything special in them. Awesome, David. Good for you. I did think about grabbing a monitor. I'm running out of power quickly. I actually have power coming from that wall, this wall at 2 different locations, and this wall. So I'm running out of power. I don't know what that's from, actually. That's interesting. I don't know where. All right, so hopefully this recognizes the onboard network cards, or I'm not sure what is next. Still booting. Come on. XCPNG seems to take forever to get like to that admin page. Like once it boots, it just takes forever to load up that admin page. Well, cheers, David. I sure hope the Nick will respond, because if not, I'm not quite sure what to do. Like I said, I wish I had a way to convert VGA into a signal I could show you, but I don't have anything that can convert VGA. And unfortunately, servers don't have HDMI on them, so at least not this server. So I'm currently staring at a black screen with 3 lines of text on it. If this works, I can show you the XCPNG interface, and then we can move forward, but I kind of got to get it on the network first. All right, so came up. Let's see if it recognizes the interfaces now. It says no interfaces present. How is that possible? There's 4 of them. Oh, I get it. Damn it. I wish I would have thought of that. So this is actually part of a pool. I should have took it out of the pool first, because it still is trying to use the pool resources, not individual NICs. Damn. Yes, XCPNG is Linux based. I believe the issue. I believe the pool is my issue. I believe because when you in XCPNG, when you define it servers as part of a pool, it has to be aware of the global network configuration, not individual NICs. And so I'm gonna have to leave the pool before this will work. So, what else is new? Anything going on with you guys? So yeah, so I guess I probably talk about my third project, which is so assuming I can get the graphics card or the video card and the NIC virtualized or passed through and get those up and running, then I'm going to turn to I would think I'm saying it wrong. Zentil. I forget how you pronounce that. Jeremy just did a live stream on it, and I had kind of forgot about it. I discovered it, I think, last year, and then forgot all about it. I even had the ISO downloaded from version 7, but now they released version 8. And while I don't need domain functionality at home, it's just mostly me and the computers. It's, I wouldn't include my wife on the domain. Obviously, I don't want to mess up her stuff. I do kind of want a better, we'll just say, permission structure on my shares. I have 6 or 7 shares in my TrueNAS. I currently have 6 shares in my TrueNAS, and I give each one a different username and password. But I kind of hate having to manage it all, with basically a notepad and having to write down each user account and what their permissions are or what their password is. So I was kind of hoping to make it more like domain based, where I could, have a TrueNAS user and me and what other things are in there? A Plex user, a YouTube user, a Nextcloud user. And I could just have the individual users' accounts made in the domain. The J account could access everything, but Nextcloud could only access its share, and Plex could only do its share, and so on and so forth. So I thought, and maybe I'm wrong with this, but I thought that a domain environment would allow better permissions and access levels for everything, and could just be kind of a fun experiment. So I did install it. I have a working machine. Haven't been able to actually join the domain yet because I don't have a Windows machine I want to test on just quite yet, which is one more thing I wanted to hopefully build tonight, but we'll see. So, yeah. Centralized authentication. Yeah, that's exactly why I was hoping to set up for was Zentil. Or Zentil. I wish I knew how to spell that or how to pronounce that. All right, XCPNG is back up again. No interfaces available because I'm pretty sure I'm part of a pool. Remove this host from the pool. It says it's not a pool member. Well, yeah, it is. Weird. Now I don't know what to do because this is not part of a pool, yet it clearly is. If we just force it to, no, I don't want to be. Okay, hold on. Let me just. Join a resource pool. It already is a pool, or was a pool member. It probably can't talk to the host master. Yes, Joe, just you. I was staring just into your soul. Why does this not work? Samba AD is, yeah, it's all the Active Directory uses. I think Joe just gave me an idea for a membership perk. $19.99 a month, and you get the stare cam. If it didn't pay its dues, it's probably not a member anymore. That's true. This machine's not been booted on recently. Hence why it's dirty and disgusting. Huh. I wonder if we have to put the 10 gig NIC in. But then I don't have 10 gig over here. I'd have to go in another room. What to do? What to do? Well, Eric, if you see, the network interface is blinking down there. See that it has shoes. You just called it. You're probably right, Bob. It'll never respond now. I gotta go talk to it nicely. That would be a membership perk too. I'm not gonna go talk to a server unless I'm getting paid. Oh, bless it. I should have turned it. Somebody needs to remind me to turn the damn speed test off. Good night, Toro. The NIC worked before the clink. Everything's a paid feature these days. You know how that works. Ooh, I wonder if I could automate that. I wonder if is there a way to automate? Interesting. The XCP-ng machine just said can't find the host. Well, yeah, no shit, because you're not part of a host anymore. I mean, you are, but you're not. No interfaces. Resource pool. Remove this host. You're not a pool master. No shit, I'm not a pool. Sorry. All right. Yes. So when the 10 gig NIC was in, it was part of a pool, and I forgot that. So I wonder if I put the 10 gig NIC back in. Let's try that. Oh, David, I've been struggling for a while. All right, so let's see if with the 10 gig NIC and it works, but I don't have the ability to plug in 10 gig over here. So we shall see. No. Simply put, no. Well, wait a minute here. How much is it worth to you? Because, you know, oh, 1080p is a perfect perf. Oh my god. If it's not the pool master, you can make it take over. That's what I was trying to do, but it said it wasn't a member of the pool, which doesn't make sense because it totally was. Older version. No, because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw it before on the other. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure the NICs do work. The onboard NICs, I'm pretty sure do work. Although now that you say that, I think I only saw them as 100 meg. They still should work, but this is an older server. Your CFO locks the liquor cabinet. Yeah, we would need to get a better internet connection. I only have like 12 meg upload. I forgot to email the company today. So, um, we were visiting some friends yesterday and driving on the road. All of a sudden, there's this fiber truck sitting there with a company I never heard of before. And I'm like, wait, who are you? So I look them up, and they offer fiber services in a neighboring town. And so I asked my friend, I said, do you have the ability to get this? He goes, yeah, they're literally one street over, and there's a spool of fiber at the end of his road. He's on the waiting list. It's 500 megs per second, symmetrical for $55. It's 1 gig symmetrical for, I think, 75. And you can get like 2 gig symmetrical for 95. I was like, dude, you have to get this internet. And he's like, yeah, I'm on the list. Like, so we don't have fiber in our little village. But everybody here wants fiber. Everybody here wants better internet. So I'm going to actually, and I forgot to do this today, post to our community page in hopes that everybody here will call the fiber company and be like, come to our town next. We shall see. Hit that like button. The live to view ratio is insane. What is the ratio? Right now, I don't even know. Roadrunner. Wow, I haven't heard that name in a while. $14 likes, 13 viewers. Excellent. I appreciate that. All right, let me go back to see if I can connect to this now. And we're stuck on the pesky initializing PCIe window again. Wait, didn't someone just do a video on PCIe slots and covering up part of the thing? Who was that? Someone just did a video on covering up like pins 4 and 5 on the PCIe slot. Who was that? Could that be my issue? I mean, could this be crashing? No, I don't. I don't watch Art of Server. At least I don't think. I don't. I don't watch. I don't watch him. Who was that? Let me go back and look at my history. Um, I apparently watch a lot of videos. Holy crap! Oh wait, I think I saved it as in my to-do list video. Hardware Haven. Hardware Haven just did a video on it. I wonder if this is my issue. Because yeah, it's clearly not booting in this configuration. There are some power ports. I wonder if it needs more power. So, you probably can't tell, but there's on the back of these cards, there's actually a PC, like a PCI connector for power. I wonder if it needs more power. All right, so David says, are all those PCIe slots at least X4? Physically, yes. Spec-wise, I do not know. Where does it say? It does not say on the back, at least. For the reference, this is a 10-year or almost 10-year-old machine. So if you're wondering how old it is, I got it used. Yeah, it doesn't say on the back of here what they are. Oh, sorry, Joe. Did I pop your eardrums? Sorry. I definitely need a better studio setup. That's for sure. Eric, yeah, the last time it booted, it had the 10 gig NIC card in it, and it did work. Um, hmm. Oh, come on. Oh, I broke it. That's awesome. Come on. That'll be good for now. We'll see. All right, be careful. I'm gonna move the microphone back. All right. Well, it's the same issue. It won't boot. All right. Let's try something else. So we know that it boots over here. Oh, come on. I don't think we tried this configuration. And yeah, Joe's favorite blue clip is gonna get hammer down here in a second because it's definitely not happy. There we go. There, it's in, I actually fixed it. And apparently I cut myself. That's awesome. Well, happy birthday, Keith, or is it happy birthday to somebody else? Yeah, I bled for you guys. I hurt myself for you. So I hope you all are happy. Yeah, damn bloody server. You're right, it is. Oh, we're the blue bar moved past this place it was last time. We're booting. All right, we'll see what happens. You're right, Nils. That does look bad. I probably should have fixed that. If it doesn't work, this is probably the issue. This card is barely hanging on. I still hope this works. Hold on. All right, so we're in the long holding stage of the black screen with white text. Did I actually get taller? How did I get taller in the frame? Oh boy. All right, so where are we at? All right. I'll have to comment up Roadrunner coming up for a while. I really do, I really want to redo this whole thing and be able to actually have, a demonstration area with a top-down camera and microphones at both desk and, But I guess it's, phase 5 of the studio, or... I don't know. David says he's bringing one of his Dell PCs up to the range next month. I think you should make a video on that, and it'll probably do well. So, we're getting new copiers at work, and if you just heard my previous comment in the words copiers, you probably know where this is going. We've reached out to the company and said, take your copiers back, but we haven't heard from them, and they still are at our building. So somebody, not me, somebody's like, can we just take them out back and office space them? And I said, no, we can't. But it's tempting. Because, boy, is it tempting. All right, so we're about to boot. It changed screens, and now it's in the login prompt. And I really do need a way to convert VGA either into HDMI or SDI. All right, it's back. Oops. Let's see what management interfaces come up. No interfaces present. Why does this not like it? Resource pool. Join a resource pool. Host name. I don't give a crap. Test. Username. Root. Password. F8. Now type. Sorry, none type object has what? Alright, well, we're stuck in the same issue we did before. Alright, hold on. I don't think it likes this riser card. It wasn't seated all the way. That might be the issue. Let's fix Joe's little blue handle thingy that he loves so much. Alright, so now it's in place and it's pushed all the way down. I don't know if you could hear me all that time, but oh boy. Hold on. So yeah, this is going well today. I just got my glasses dirty. Oh, there we go. So, yeah. How far are you from Eaton, Pennsylvania? I have no idea. Stand by, Delta Heavy. I actually wanted to be a pilot for a while. I always said if I won the lottery, I was going to become a pilot, like have a private pilot's license, because I'd love to own like a Gulfstream jet and just fly wherever I feel like it. So, yeah, blood, sweat, and tears now. Eaton, PA. I don't even know where is that. Maps. Directions. From home. The answer would be about 7 hours. No, actually, more like 8 hours. Well, that's assuming you don't stop. 16 likes, 11 viewers. That is one great ratio. Oh, Easton. Okay, that's different. That's even further away. David, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, Eaton, don't those make UPS equipment? Oh, yeah, I forgot to change the monitor back. Hold on. All right, well, we are booting. So, we are booting. We're past the screen where it always fails, so we'll see. It could be the riser card all along. That would be amazing. A giant waste of time, but amazing nonetheless. We are in the boot screen, or the login screen. I really hope this works. I really, really hope this works. All right, so we're in, and no interfaces present. That makes no freaking sense. I don't understand. I don't get it. What if I need to reinstall? Do I have a USB stick from down here? I don't know if I. Yes, David, that is substantially closer. Oh, I don't know. I, for some reason, cannot find a USB stick. Oh, hey, look. I found one. I just checked my go bag, and that's where there was one. But you know what? I think I'm gonna call it quits for tonight. I think I'm gonna do a little more digging. I just heard Haley get home, so I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna call this a night. Thank you guys for watching, for sitting through all of this. I truly appreciate it. I will have a follow-up next week. Maybe we'll resume where we left off. I don't know. We will see. But anyway, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. You all have a good night.